Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm for Poverty, where we don't trust, we verify and operate with integrity and transparency. Today we got a clip from Jack Mallers. If you're not familiar with him, he's the CEO of Zap and Strike, one of the largest Bitcoin payment processing apps that are out there, basically kind of peer-to-peer Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. And he's been in the game for a while, since 2013. I've shown you a couple clips from him before, but here's another one front running this opportunity that we have. So stay tuned. Now, I believe it was this video here that should be out by the time you watch the current video you're watching, that I was talking about the opportunity to front run based off something Michael Saylor said. So I'm not going to go back into the details of what front running is, but essentially it's supposed to be illegal in traditional markets. But in this opportunity we have with Bitcoin, you get to see all of these major players making moves, and most notably countries doing so, such as what's being discussed with the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve for the US. And then of course, seeing the moves Michael Saylor is making. And Jack Mallers talks about nation states front running the US, which can translate to us also front running the US and other nation states. So let's listen to that clip.
And so do I think that nation states and governments are waking up and asking themselves that question? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do I think that maybe one of them has decided to say, you know what, let's actually start to roll into Bitcoin a little bit? Very possible. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The level of importance of the United States saying, we have a lot of debt. We've made a lot of promises about our future that people are beginning to question. Let me put it to you that way, because sometimes people talk debt to GDP and all these numbers and all these macro words confuses people. At the end of the day, the United States has made the most promises about their future. That's what debt is, right? Trust me, I'm good on it later. And we've made so many promises about our future that people are starting to question if they can continue to trust us. Like, man, that's a lot of promises on your future. What proof do we have, or what's backing these promises? How do I know that you're actually going to be made whole on all these promises you're making about tomorrow? And the fact that the US government is saying, one of the ways we want people to potentially buy into the promises on our future of the country is by building a reserve of Bitcoin.
All right, so I'm going to pause it there because I didn't give you any backstory on Jack, and this is your first time watching this channel. So you're probably wondering, like, who's this young kid? What's his credibility in Bitcoin? And as I mentioned to you before, he is the CEO of Strike and originally the Zap app. But if you go back, he actually has significant history in financial markets from his family. So he's born, literally just turned 30 earlier this year. Comes from a family with deep roots in financial industry. His grandfather was chairman of the Chicago Board of Trade, and his father co-founded a pioneering discount future brokerage firm in Chicago. And he got introduced to Bitcoin in 2013 from his dad. So, I mean, super early. And then he created the Strike app, or Zap, and then the Strike app, which is on the Lightning Network and allows you to basically do peer-to-peer payments for Bitcoin with no fees. So I think Forbes, he was like top 30 under 30. He's still 30 now, I guess you could say. But he's been in the game for a while is the point. And he's got a lot of credibility with what he's doing and how he's moving forward, making these kind of plays. So whenever he talks about Bitcoin, it's definitely worth digesting, because he's got a multi-million-dollar company positioned on the rails of Bitcoin, right? So it's just, again, I always emphasize this is like, let's learn from those that are smarter than us. We don't have all the answers, but success leaves clues. And definitely following the money trail will lead you to more money as well. Big, wealthy investors and companies are going to do the best thing for them and their companies. So yes, you can go and YOLO into your Degen shit tokens, but where is the most secure opportunity? May not be the highest return potential, But where's the most secure opportunity for you to build long-lasting wealth? And that is definitely Bitcoin. And that's what we're talking about here, where he's talking about the US having to back their promises because they are the world's global reserve currency. And that will continue for a while, I'm sure. But there are definitely questions popping up, especially with the way that the US has done things in the past with sanctions and things of that nature. And now BRICS looking at, creating their own currency. So of course, people have questions, and that makes perfect sense. If this were a business, it is a business that has been underwater for quite some time and can't afford to even pay the interest on its debt at this stage. So there has to be some shift in the company trajectory for people to still trust the company, aka the US business.
I can't even state to you the level of importance and the order, like how massive that is for both our country and for Bitcoin. That is our strategy being built in front of our eyes, is saying we're a country built on future promises as the world reserve currency, on debt. And people are starting to question the promises we are making to our allies, to other countries, to our peers, to the public, to our people. And in order to instill confidence in the people, that we hear their feedback, we know there's been a wane in trust and in confidence in us. In order to reassure them that we believe in growth, equality, technology, hard money, hard assets, we're going to start backing our promises with Bitcoins. That's massive. And the game theory that sets off is unfathomable. And so do I think that message is now loud and clear and resonates and well understood globally? Yeah, 100%. I mean, wake up, CNBC talking about world reserve Bitcoin stockpile. So I don't know, if I were a smaller country, or any other country for that matter, would I front run Trump? Yeah. I think the United States is the only.
And that's exactly the key right there. Trump has gone out and done his Babe Ruth shot and said what they're going to do. But as Jack is about to mention this clip, I'm not going to play it, I'll just tell you about it. He said he thinks we're the only country that actually has the elections. You win the election and then you sit around and wait for 2.5 months before you actually take office. So all the stuff Trump is saying he's going to do, he can't do yet. And other countries, other companies, other people can go, okay, well, if you're getting in, the price is going to drive up. Well, let me go ahead and get my bag now. Like, let me go ahead and get my position. And that's, again, the opportunity we have with Bitcoin. It has been and was introduced to the people, the public first. It was not the TradFi wealthy investors hiding the opportunity, marking it up and giving us a smaller slice of the pie. It was literally given to the retail, introduced at the public level, and it's still available at that stage. But you can see in some of these articles, countries are already buying Bitcoin. This is from the CEO of Galaxy Digital, Mike Novogratz. These are massive pools of capital in the market. We're witnessing global adoption at scale. And as Jack mentioned, you got Trump's strategic Bitcoin policy that has not been implemented yet, and it can't be implemented until he takes office and starts to do this. And it's not going to all be at once either, right? Like the goal, if he does what Loomis wants, and that would be accumulating 1 million Bitcoin, he's got to buy that off the market. And I showed you guys that in a previous video, that there's about 10% of the total Bitcoin supply that is actually tradable or that's on the market to buy. Of course, if the price goes higher, more people might be more apt to sell their positions as well. You might have more of that 10%, get closer to 20, 30, but there's going to be a lot of people that are just going to stack it and hold it. And we can look at this Bitcoin holdings by public companies. There are 361,991 Bitcoin being held. That is massive amounts of Bitcoin being held by just 30 public companies. And this is just the US. We have no idea how much Bitcoin is being, as Jack said, by other nation states and accumulating. This chart gives a potential clue. Countries holding 500,000 Bitcoin and ETFs holding 1.2 million. These numbers will continue to go up. This is not you or me, unless you're investing in an ETF, but if you're watching my channel, you probably are not, right? So this is DeFi, I guess would be us, but we have a very short window of opportunity. Again, Raoul, don't fuck this up. And within 6 years, this will be the largest opportunity of wealth accumulation we have ever seen since the gold rush, or even like the Rockefellers and the oil craze and things of that nature. But that wasn't given to us, the people at the base of the economic pyramid. So you can actually go in now and buy Bitcoin, and you can stack it, and you can continue to accumulate it. And if you're really smart, you will head over here to the Drip to BTC platform and actually start accumulating more Bitcoin. And this, even though this is a platform that I have a stake in and I market and I'm familiar with the team, it follows Raoul Pal's thesis of don't fuck this up. So you can consider this a degen or leverage play, so to speak, on Bitcoin. But it still doesn't have to be any more than 10% of your portfolio. Remember, the only part that you ever end up locking up temporarily is the 10% tax when you get into this. So you can test this out. Send $100 worth of Bitcoin, and $90 will be available for you to immediately withdraw, and $10 worth will actually back $13 because you'll get a 3% credit on that. So $13 will be available for you to purchase additional Bitcoin at discounts in the marketplace. And then you can use that to stack sats. You can build that up. Every time you make a deposit, take your 90%, put in cold storage, use the feature to just accumulate credits. Or if you're more aggressive and want to accumulate more, then of course you can use the existing Bitcoin on the platform and buy even more credits. But again, I just want to show you that this is a safe leverage play or 10% risk portfolio play in concurrence with the narratives that I'm getting from the much richer and wiser individuals in the space. So you can still safely secure and store your own Bitcoin, and you can quote unquote gamble with 10%. But the beauty of that 10% is you're gambling in Bitcoin. You're not gambling in a shit token. And you're also gambling with the idea that nation states and Trump and all that stuff will actually pump your bags. And therefore, whatever you have here will be worth more in the future because you're making that decision now. So that's why pretty much on my channel this entire year, after the lessons learned from the shit community projects I was in the last cycle, I have not shilled or promoted anything else. And if you still really want to be a gambling degen, then like I said, look into meme tokens. There's plenty of them out there, and at least they're not being controlled by communities and devs, especially if they're being produced on pump.fun or snack.fun on Cardano, because that's a contract and it's a transparent DeFi contract on the blockchain. So you don't have to worry about anything like that. Now you could get wrecked and a 13-year-old kid dumps his bags on you. Was he 10 years old? 10-year-old kid. But anyway, I'm digressing. So the main point of this is Jack is saying there's an opportunity that nation states as well as us has to accumulate Bitcoin before it pumps, and you can accumulate even more of it at a discount if you're willing to participate in the marketplace on the Drip to BTC platform. So right now you can see there is a 9.5% discount on purchasing credits. That is insane. So you can basically just round that up to 10%. You're able to get BTC instead of 100K per token, you're getting it at 90K roughly. Right? Where else are you going to find that opportunity and that discount? All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now